What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV. Oh my days, what a load of nonsense that game was. Arsenal losing 1-0 to Sheffield United. In my opinion, the worst performance of the season. Didn't look like scoring. Defensively, the goal was an absolute shambles. And this is the first time I've said this all season, but for me now, Emery's done. I would actually get rid of him now. This isn't a reactionary comment based on that game. I don't see a manager that's leading us anywhere. If we were playing good football and we weren't winning games, at least something's right. We need it to click. We are playing terrible. I mean, that tonight was absolutely shit. Nothing else you can say. This is not a true representation of Arsenal Football Club. I see a guy who lacks ideas. He looked like a fallen character on the touchline. He looked like, how do I fix this? He just puts people on the pitch and hopes that it works. Lacazette, Aubameyang can't rescue you every week, bro. Sometimes your tactics have got to work. Chris Wilder was a League One manager a few years ago. Now he's just tactically outdone Unai Emery. So where do we go from here? Quite simple for me. People who disagree, I know. Jose Mourinho, that's who I would go for. It's a myth that the guy plays defensive football. He played good football at Chelsea. He got 100 points at Real Madrid. He won the Champions League with Inter. He actually won the treble there. He won the Champions League with Porto. He's won titles with Chelsea. He knows the Premier League. He's a big character. He knows how to defend, and he commands respect. This guy is a joke on the touchline, mate. How he sorts this out, I do not know. And don't give me that Mesut Ozil fixes everything. I do agree. I think his creativity would help, but he can't fix this mess. The creative problem is a team problem. You're supposed to score goals from your fullbacks, your wingers, your striker, your midfielders. It's not just one player. The manager's tactics are absolutely shocking, and he's clueless, mate. I've had enough of him. I'm bored of the football, I'm bored of the style, I'm sick of the excuses. He threw away his opportunity last year to get in the top four. He decided to put all his eggs in the Europa League, and he fell flat on his arse, mate. And he's done. I've had enough of him. I would genuinely move him on now. I would bring Mourinho in ASAP. Allegri, I know, is available. A lot of people are calling for him. But I just think the fact Mourinho knows the league is why I would go for him. Let's get into the player ratings tonight. Leno couldn't do nothing about the goal. Didn't do much else wrong. I give him a 6. Callum Chambers defensively was quite solid, but his crossing tonight was absolutely atrocious. I'll give him a 6 for the fact he defended well, but his crossing was embarrassing. Socrates, 5. Shit, clumsy, not good enough. Get him out of the team. David Luiz, I give him a 6. I thought he was the steadier one of the two, but nothing special. Granit Xhaka, I mean, he shouldn't have been in the team. He shouldn't be the captain, and he shouldn't be at the club, just like the manager. Get out of the club, Emery, and take this waste of space with you. He took him off, but there's no doubt he'll start him again on Sunday. So he was shit. In fact, you know what? I give Granit Xhaka, I give him a 4. Joe Willock, non-existent. You've played well in the Europa League. You came in tonight, did nothing. He was played, I think, in the 10 role, which doesn't suit him, but he did nothing. Absolutely non-existent. I give him a 4. Guendouzi, the only midfielder and one of the only players who can keep his head held high. I give him a 7 for effort. He tried to make things happen. He's embarrassing some of these guys around him. Nicolas Pp. Attacking players, you live and breathe by the chances, and you have to score that. He actually played all right apart from the missed chance, but you do not pay £72 million for a guy to miss from 4 yards out. It's not good enough, and I'm riding for Pepe. I'm defending him. That's not good enough. This is a cutthroat league, bruv. I give him a 6. In fact, you know what? I'm going to give him a 5. You cannot miss that chance. I don't care about the performance. I'd rather you had a quiet game and scored. That's not good enough. But Emery shouldn't have took him off. Do you know what? His performance by itself was decent. He was lively. He probably deserves a 7 for the performance. But the missed chance is shocking. So I downgrade him to a 5. You've got to score there. Saka, awful today. Don't know how he played 90 minutes. 4 out of 10. Terrible performance. Aubameyang ran around like a headless chicken. no service, non-existent, 5 out of 10. But the guy can't rescue us every week. You have to create chances. We've got an elite striker and we're not creating. Look at the subs. Lacazette, 6, worked hard, came on too late. Why wasn't he brought on earlier? Ceballos, do you know what? He had a half decent chance. I think he was probably our best player in 45 minutes. He created more, he made more passes, made things happen. I give him a 7, should have started, and we need to start him moving forward. Who else came on? Martinelli was quiet, 5, tried to make things happen but didn't get a lot of the ball. Unai Emery tonight, I'm going to give Unai Emery tonight a 0. He doesn't deserve anything for that. Number 1, you were tactically outdone by Chris Wilder, who is basically a championship manager. You reacted too late. You brought Lacazette on late. You brought Martinelli on late. You shouldn't have took Pepe off. You should have took Saka off. Ceballos should have started. Tierney should have started. Terrible. And for me, the manager's done. And I just want to make clear, this is not a reactionary comment based on that performance tonight. I'm bored of the football. We've been getting away with it for too long. We haven't played well this season at all. Losing against Villa, got away with it. Losing against Spurs, got away with it. Hung on to the win against Burnley. Scraped to win against Newcastle. Battered by Liverpool. And tonight embarrassed by Sheffield United, who are nothing more than a half-decent championship team. I don't care what anyone says. We should have beat them tonight. Absolutely shit. Embarrassing. I do not support Arsenal Football Club to watch performances like that. That's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. Mesut Ozil, whether you like the guy or not, he's got to be in the squad. It's as simple as that. I've been anti-Mesut Ozil a lot of the time, but if that's the alternative, you've got to change things. You cannot cut off your nose to spite your face. And Unai Emery seems like he's willing to do that. Overall, a shocking night. Worst performance of the season. Shout out the fans who've gone up there. You know, it's a tough journey on a Monday night. I've just finished the live stream of the game watch along. It was not pretty to watch. It was terrible. Keep a lookout for the new show in the week, Talk is Cheap. There'll be a lot to say on that. And like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. The headline for me, Emery out, get Mourinho in. Let's go. Bless.